Welcome back to Court 1 for the Dodgeball European Championships 2022 here in Draken, here in the Netherlands. Back again for another exciting semi-final. We just saw England lose to Austria in the mix, but this time it's in the men's division. They face each other in two divisions this time around. It's always been seeded that way, and this time, like we said, into the semi-final, Austria play England in the men's division. I'm joined back here by Jonathan Rutland.
Good afternoon, Greg. This is, again, another really exciting game. We saw it in Newcastle, where the men's team lost the semi-finals to Northern Ireland and then in quick succession had to then go and play against Austria in their semi-final in the mixed. The heads might have dropped from the England players in that game, so we'll be waiting to see whether the same will happen this time around, or England can focus and focus on the job in hand. Referee's not quite ready to start yet.
Yep, just making sure all streams are live as well. Obviously, we've got the semi-final on this one, the other men's semi-final, Scotland versus Northern Ireland. You can watch that on the Court 2 if you head to the Dodgeball Netherlands YouTube channel. So both teams with a very, very strong lineup. Only a couple of changes from that Austrian 2019 lineup. Rana and Decker both start this time around. Number 92 as well, Sebastian Grill, I believe, didn't start last time around in Austria. It will be less than a minute.
England's starting lineup is Koenig, David, Christopherson, Neil, Ward and Jones.
Both teams ready to go. Both teams just making sure they're warm for the game.
Just a technical delay with some of the live streams just holding up this game, but it will be underway extremely shortly. England staying warm, Austria trying to do the same. Just adding tension to the room, this slight delay here.
England after vengeance from that England mixed game. Austria are looking to come out hard hitting as they did in that mixed game also.
England were disappointed they didn't get to face Austria in the previous Euros because of their semi-final defeat to Northern Ireland. So haven't played Austria in the men's category now since 2018.
Would have been
in Italy.
Yeah, back in Italy, 2018. Obviously, a lot of people have said that every time England have played Austria in the men's, they haven't actually lost. So that's definitely a fact that we'll be bringing forward. Brett Koenig, this time after the 2019 break, comes back to join that men's squad.
So the referees are happy, the technical staff behind the scenes are happy, and the referees line up the ball to the start of this men's semi-final. And we're away there. Austria just stepping over the middle line.
Yeah, Grill on that middle line infringement, and that's 3 out in a great 10-second start for England. The mentality will be on a high after those The single ball release from Decker. And a nice easy dodge for Jones. The partnership we didn't see in 2019, Jones and Koenig.
Good early hits there from England, dominating the play from the start. But all 5 balls now with Austria.
And that's some good
Koenig
throwing.
Dodged the first set of balls, but didn't manage to dodge the second. Austria feeling he's a key player, they want to get out first.
Ward just in that neutral zone, applying perfect pressure. Just making sure Decker can't grab that ball and apply that running counter that he's going to be looking for.
Kristoffersson will be happy with that 1-for-1 there. England up by 3 players early on in this first set.
1 minute 44 left. And the good delayed ball.
Referee has called bounce. Play continues.
But that one is a hit. Nathan David comes forward. Sam Mason just telling both teams just to relax a little.
England have been given a team warning for taunting against the opposition there after their reaction of the winner of that set. Austria managed to just get their fingertips on that middle ball at the start of this second set. Ball called bounce there in front of David. And a strong team throw there, taking out Andy Koch early in this set. And Simon Jones getting the hit on the replacement winger as well for Austria.
And that's a good hit up. The ball goes high. Stefan hit by the other ball, so wouldn't have even been able to catch it.
England coming out with some real ferocious throws in the first few seconds of this second set. And Kristoffersson takes the catch comfortably.
Really good catch from Kristoffersson. Single ball release from Max Metz on that left side.
This is the pace we're expected to see from both of the teams.
You can tell England are hungry. They're after these early sets. These are the ones that matters. These are the ones that get on that board and turn your mentality.
A loose single standing counter there from Koenig. Almost gave Austria 5. Time pause there. I think we've only got 4 balls on court. England did have another ball stuck in the net.
Sam Richards, ball retriever for England, just there. He is in the men's squad, but just ball retrieving this set, falls over, I believe, on the net. Sam Mason, just worried about him. I think just winded slightly.
.11:39 confirmed by the referee with the time left on the half clock. And play will resume with Austria with the 3 balls. They will have to throw. And a good hit there on David. Kristoffersson going for the charge. Austria get the 1-for-1 as well.
So Max Metz now a 1-for-4 and a very experienced 4.
And England take the second set. Really strong throw in there from England. Austria not able to dodge out of the way of the speed of the throw so far.
And a good opening rush.
England get the middle ball. Single ball release out early.
Yep. Andy Koch just on that left side applying that pressure.
Christopherson there showing his agility, jumping high in the air, avoiding that single ball throw.
And a nice block for Ward, left side, for right side.
England giving away ball possession, but the ball does come back onto their side of the court. Single ball hit there on Christopherson, giving Austria the advantage in this set.
Yeah, Christopherson not quite getting the catch on that one, and that's a good delayed ball. Nathan David's ball just swings out wide, making sure that when they do jump, and Ward nearly catches it.
And Ryan Neal steps on the back line as well, giving Austria a 2-player advantage in this third set. England now down from just one, the David and Koenig combo. Koenig gets another standing counter hit on Andy Kopp, bringing England level.
So
one for one there,
yeah.
2 players left on court.
Simon Jones dodges out of the way, and it's a great low dodge just under Decker's in-swinging ball.
England just trying to be a little bit more unpredictable, just trying to put the Austrians off their throw.
Oh,
Simon Jones makes the hit, and the hit's been called on Austria. England take a 6-0 lead in this first half.
Some good dodgeball from England men's. That's what we wanted to see in the mixed. Austria that time around got the lead, but it's a good timeout called there. Austria needed that early. England started to run away with it a little. They've definitely been in the sets, but England have closed it out very early.
England now need to keep calm and controlled, not let the adrenaline buzz of taking a good early lead in this half override them. The coaches will be making them focus, keep to their game plan. This is the best we've seen from England men all weekend so far. In the matches that matter, they're coming together and working really well as a team. The timing and the group throws is incredible. Austria so far not having much in return, but Austria's experience and throwing, as we saw in the previous mixed game, could be just as deadly, and I'm sure with a couple of tactical tweaks they can get themselves easily back into this first half.
You couldn't have asked for a more perfect start. Definitely a great mentality they've brought into this men's game. Like we said, Austria have never ever beaten England men. And a couple of substitutions this time around. Stefan's brother Florian lighting up, joins the starting 6. No middle run this time around. Florian, one of those very great agility there.
The Austrian player, I think, has just been hit on his hand there. Maybe an injury. Timeout called there. Referee's just checking the player is okay. No one wants to see any player get injured, especially in a game as high profile as this one. I think we're going to have a significant stoppage here for the injured player. Greg, what happens if the injured player can't continue?
Well, I'll let you know just that, John. If that injured player is out, he will head to the substitution box. The sub will come on in his place in that out box. If he's not out, he'll return to court. That sub player will return to court.
So that's exactly what's happened there. Austria allowed to bring the substitute onto the court.
David just shouting commands, just making sure England hold 3. When they've come up with that 3, that single ball has been so aggressive, and there it is.
Just one hit there, Andy Koch just managed to block and duck underneath it. England really aggressive with their throws. And Ward just hit out there. Good high group throw there.
Yeah, Ryan Neal as well, also taken out. So Austria are up in that. Oh, and a great catch. Florian heads on and he takes that catch. It's what he's known for. Has heaps amounts of agility. And Nathan David heads low for that same catch, but can't quite get his hands on it. A good timeout because Austria in this set are currently up 6-1. A good block.
And Austria take that set in just 1 minute 10 there. Really quick set after the timeout called. The score is now 6-2 with England leading by 2 sets.
This
time Austria run for the middle ball and successfully collect it.
Yeah, Sebastian Grill with that centre run. We saw him in the mixed.
England get the early hit there. Austria down to 5. And Wards throws the single into the hands of the Austrian opposition.
Yeah, Decker's waiting for that catch. It's almost standing still. He's been on that, but Max Metz blocks into his foot. And we're evened up in this game.
Single ball release there from England again. Andy Koch blocking really well so far in this game. Ball bounces just before David there. England collect the 3 balls. And the referee calls a hit there on the Austrian winner. Just clips his foot as the ball sailed past. And a standing counter from Koenig gives England a 2-player advantage.
Currently ball retrieving for England as the ball heads behind the commentary desk, and we have to retain it.
Any more bias towards your play, kind of admitting that live on stream. Greg's back in his seat, and England is still 2 players up.
Yeah, some good dodgeball from England this set, despite the Austrian win that set. That's a good double attack. A good 1-for-1. Now Decker, the only player left here. He's the player that made the catch.
And
but Koenig makes the catch. And that card's coming out. Brett Koenig just asked to calm down a little. Maybe an aggressive spike could have been called a blue card in other games.
The referees have been really hot on that today, so Koenig is very lucky to get away with that.
Harrison been subbed on now for Simon Jones.
Tamas Ward goes to the catch, but it just fumbles out of his hands. Austria got a 1-player advantage in this set.
And now they even it up. It's 4 apiece, England v Austria. England currently 8-2 up in this game. 4 minutes 20 left now on the clock. Single ball at Harrison, this time managing to dodge that single ball.
A lot better movement from Alex Harrison there, keeping himself alive and then showing what he can do with that throw. David confused if the ball bounced or not, but has been called by a hit. Teammates as well letting him know that he was hit out. Good honesty there from the England players.
Oh, a great throw there from Max Metz. Takes out Ryan Neal on that right side. So they've evened it up 2 apiece now. The single ball.
Harrison going for the catch, but it just fumbles out of his hands. Koenig bounces the ball into the Austrians' hands. Austria now with the ball advantage, having to throw. Koenig looking for the pre-throw on the Austrian player.
Yeah, Brett now left with 3 balls. He's going to have to make that play.
Good dodging from Koenig, and the referee has
but a line.
The referee has called a line fault there. Crowd not happy with that reaction, understandably. And the game restarts now. Austria just 2 sets behind. Tamas Ward releases the early ball. Austria come up with a free ball attack, and Nathan David makes the catch.
Some good dodgeball there from England. Austria take that last set.
England doing well to keep their heads in this situation, not letting what they feel is a wrong decision to end that last set. And Harrison gets hit out. No, he doesn't. He manages to dodge, but Nathan David does get hit out, unfortunately, there. And a strong 2-ball throw there from England, just clipping the feet of the Austrian player. England with a 3-player advantage as we head towards half-time. Simple dodging in the middle. England come forward with 3 balls. And a single ball, 1-for-1. And no catch called. Oh, the referee has called it, that it hit the player and then he dropped it.
So what he's saying is he might have got that catch, but if it's grounded on the ball, it's not a catch.
Correct. And the victory has been given to England.
Yep.
England take a 10-4 lead.
Correct.
The crew here keeping us on our toes, guessing the score just there. I was doubting myself there for a second, but we head towards the last 90-second set of this half. This is an absolute key set now of this game. England will be looking to take a strong lead into half-time, but Austria, if they manage to get that, will just be 2 sets behind. Let's see what happens.
The fake from Ward, and Koenig think he gets the hit, and he does.
Koenig really needs to try and keep his emotions in check here.
Yeah.
It's an adrenaline-filled match, and any sort of taunting from England will result in a punishment. They are on a team warning for that.
And that's a great start to this 1-minute 30 set. We're up 3 players. Austria have definitely turned games like this around in the past. A good block, and it's a catch from Kristoffersson.
The catch was just before the hit on Brett there, so Brett's unable to return on the court.
Yep. Just wanted a clarification from the ref. He didn't want to step back on court. A good 3-ball attack, but a great sliding dodge from Decker.
England retained just the 1 ball handed to Ryan Neal. He'll put a bit of pressure on here and just look to drop back and absorb any throws. Austria choosing to go inside the blocker. Good cover from Ward. Harrison dodging out the way in the middle there, keeping himself alive on court. England with 2-player advantage with just 15 seconds left. England being called to play 2.
The play 2 is...
And gets the hit.
Yeah, both balls hit.
And the referee blows the whistle for half-time, giving England a 12-4 advantage going into the half-time period. England will be really happy with that performance. Their throwing has been strong. Great teamwork, working together. Probably not seen as much of that in this tournament so far from the England men, but when needed, they're stepping up and working well together. Austria's dodging just hasn't been up to scratch so far in this half. They'll be looking to make an improvement as they go back into the second half, trying to make sure they stay alive just that little bit more.
if anyone is in the chat from Court 1, from Court 2, that NI versus Scotland stream is currently being fixed. So apologies on that. Unfortunately, me and John are the commentators. We're not here to physically fix the equipment. We can only pass on messages.
Yeah, no, the crew working extremely hard this weekend to deliver an excellent streaming service of the whole championships. This is the first time in 2 years that we've had such a big event, so there are going to be a few bugs in the system, and the team are working hard to fix that. But it looks like it's back on, so hopefully the game will resume after half-time on that court.
Talking of back on, Stefan Leitinger returns to the court. He's been subbed back on.
It's a big decision. He is a key player for the Austrian team. As we saw earlier in the day with Josh Key with a finger injury, maybe didn't perform to the best of his ability. Maybe that was on his mind. Let's see if Stefan can overcome the injury from the first half. It's great to see him back on court.
And a great catch from Harrison. This time around, he's got his head in it. He takes that single ball catch from Florian. And Ryan Neal takes the single ball from Stefan. The two brothers out in quick succession. And some great dodgeball from the England Lions. The balls might be coming fast. The balls might be coming fast, but England are catching it and catching it every opportunity they're given. Ryan Neal does get hit out from the single ball. And Max Metz hits out Nathan David, who's played a great game so far.
Austria now just one player down in this set, looking to make amends for the first half. Koenig runs up and releases the single. Brill makes the catch in the central zone. Looking happy with himself.
Despite those 3 catches that England made previously in this set, they're now down the 2 players. And both players are out there.
2 players left on court for both teams. Blocked called from the referee.
Andy Cock and Florian Lettinger are both left in now. 2 ball heads towards Harrison, but a good block.
The game just slowing down a little bit here. Both teams maybe not wanting to make a mistake. England will be happy with the draw if they can get it, but still plenty of dodgeball to be left to be played so far in this set. Harrison going with the high single there. Cox just dodging underneath, and a weak block there from Nathan Christopherson, meaning Harrison is just left in on his own.
And that's a great catch from Harrison.
And England, with the aggressive double running counter, get the hit there. They take a 14-4 lead in the second half. Austria have just been given a warning for taunting back to England, so that's now both teams on a team warning for taunting.
That was the set Austria needed. They've done everything right in the latter stages of that set. Harrison, great catch from him up neutral zone.
Harrison making up for maybe what he would deem as a below par performance in the mixed game just before, really proving his quality and experience, having played in every single European Championship since the start. And Austria there just dodging out of the way. But a hit on Stefan high up the court.
Definitely feels like after that injury, he feels like he's not playing his best, but Kristoffersen hit out there. Both teams. England only left with one ball.
And a bit of a mess there for England, getting in each other's ways. Time has been paused for sweat on the court. And the camera back into position after that hit from the ball. Ten minutes 44 left on the clock, we think. The referee will just come over and confirm that with the technical team. Not bad stopping there on the timer there from the technical team. Just 1 second out, it's 10:45 seconds remaining in this half. England are down to 2 players left on court. Or is it 3? Sorry, 3 players left on court. Austria have 4 with just that 1 player advantage. England won't mind this little break there for the sweat stick to clear up any water on the floor. Just maybe stopping a bit of the momentum from the Austrian team. But still plenty left in this half. England up by 5 sets.
And a good dodge from Nathan David. He heads low on that throw, just tucking under the Austrians.
Maybe people say the dodging ability of England is maybe their weakest part of the game. Lots of single ball hits there. And Koenig went for the catch as well, and Austria take that set.
Yeah, that was some great volleying.
Austria now just 4 sets behind.
They're looking for those quick resets. Yet again, that 20-second timer between each set.
Timeout has been paused again. England not happy with the water on the court still.
Yeah, when you're all sliding about looking for those catches, it's the sweat that is laid back onto the court. Definitely a hazard for when you're playing about.
Austria may feel that's a key win within this half. Just getting themselves back in, just 4 sets down now with plenty of time to come back in, especially with the pace that they can play at. Referees are happy with the court, so the players, the game is going to continue.
Play gets underway and Grill just takes that centre ball and the ball is released. This time around, Nathan David so close to getting that catch. It's the one that he's always after. Could this be the momentum swing Austria are after? 9 minutes 45 left on the half time clock.
Austria with 3 balls, just picking up the pace a little bit. Just 2 single ball hit releases with 1 hit there on Ward.
He'll be gutted about that. He loves to apply that pressure down the wing, and when he's hit out early, he can't make it. And Ryan Neal goes for the catches. They're after too many catches. When they start going down, that's what they want to try and turn the game around with. And Kristoffersen hit out. Austria finally found a bit of momentum swing. England still have that timeout, I believe.
That's correct. 2 experienced players of Koenig and Harrison on the court. Harrison looking for the catch, not making it successfully, but Brett getting a standing counter, meaning he's the remaining England Lion left on court.
Yeah, they take out Max Metz with that. It's now a 5-on-1. A block from Leitinger on that left side. And a block also. All 3 are going to get released, and they do. Austria get that set.
England calling a timeout there.
And it's what was needed. Timeout called.
Koenig's game there is about aggression. He doesn't want to sit and wait, but maybe just using a bit more time, not trying to make the hits on the standing counter. Could have wasted a few more needed seconds for England to just make sure that Austria don't have as much time to try and get back into this game.
It's that smart dodgeball that we've been after from Austria.
Austria now just 2 sets behind England with 8 minutes and 26 seconds remaining on the court, or 29 seconds. England making a substitution, bringing back on Simon Jones. So an amendment there to the score from the head referee, from Sam Mason there, confirming that the score is actually 14-8 to England, being 6 points up, meaning now 3 sets ahead with 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining on the court. Still plenty of time for Austria to get themselves back into this game. Nathan Christopherson, the player taken off the court, performed extremely well. He'll be proud of his performance, but England may be looking to just change it up tactically and bringing on the experience of Simon Jones, who's played in many of these high pressure situations previously. And the game is underway. Again, Austria winning that middle ball. Something they didn't do too well in the first half. And they dodged there from Alex Harrison, just getting in between those two balls.
The single ball, an easy dodge from Grill, and Ward with a poor block there. He'll be disappointed with that. Max Metz with a high jump over the single ball. That acrobatic style of dodgeball that we're so used to from Max Metz.
England mixing up their dodging there. Sometimes they're going high, sometimes they're dropping low, making it really hard for the Austrians to hit.
Andy Cock hit out there. It's that single ball punish from Brett.
England with 4 balls. Don't make a hit.
They've got to go low every time. Otherwise, those Austrians look for those catches. You know how they play, and it's that time and time again. It's how they've taken those last couple of sets.
England just walking up with the 3 balls, making a 2-ball attack and getting the hit. The experienced pairing there of Harrison and Koenig, making sure their accuracy as Austria retaliate, and Ryan Neal gets hit out. Slower pace from England, probably what the coaches have called for, just taking their time, running down the clock. It's going to be tight. England feeling there was a hit there, but not one referee calling it. And Harrison gets the catch, and is that a double catch from Harrison?
That is a double catch. He catches the first, the second one is blocked, the ball pops up, and he grabs that one as well. Simon Jones obviously has eyes on it as well, but Harrison has the momentum, and he pushes Simon Jones to the ground to make sure that catch is secure.
Contact normally not made between players, but needed there. The strength from Alex Harrison, all the hours he spends in the gym there, paying off, knocking Simon Jones out of the way to catch that ball. But the key thing here is, does the referees see it how we've seen it? I think the key thing here is if the second ball touched another England player before popping up. We don't have the beauty of having something like VAR like in other sports, that the referee's going off of their judgment from what they've seen live. I'm sure many of you now are maybe looking back at the stream to see what happens. Probably expect to see a few gifts being created for Simon Jones in that situation there. He was sent flying. but in a good way for England there. He won't mind that one. But still, the referees haven't communicated the decision, so there is a little bit of confusion on court. I think they're now maybe working out which player released that second ball, rather than if it was a catch. What we're hearing now from the Austrian players, that they feel that there was a standing hit from wide right on Harrison just before he collected that second ball. They're looking disappointed that the referees haven't seen that. Extremely tight decision there. Only something like a snickometer that we see in cricket would be able to tell us. Unfortunately, we don't have that technology just yet in dodgeball, but I'm sure one day we'll see it.
The refs obviously can't use the footage that we have seen to make that judge as well.
No, you can't blame the referees in that situation there. Lots happening in such a short amount of time. And fortunately for England, the decision's going their way. Austria need to keep their heads now in this situation. Still time to get back in this game. Decker just left on the court now as the single Austrian eagle on the court. England looking now to maybe use the time or not. They take the double hit and go 16-8 up. England with a 4-set advantage with 6 minutes left. The crowd getting involved there, making their feelings very clear, but the referees just asked them to calm so the game can resume.
Harrison grabs that middle ball. No contest from the Austrians, and Leher is sent to the outbox straight away, and Andy Koch has hands on it, but he pops away. From what I've heard, NI have made it to the final in their games. Game not over just yet, but mathematically impossible.
Stefan collecting his ice pack there from the side of the court.
Yeah.
Clearly still feeling that injury.
Nice.
Just trying to run in counter on Ward, but Ward just hops over the ball with ease. Dodging there from Ryan Neal. Known for his dynamic dodging. And a great single ball hit there from Simon Jones, really proving his worth with the substitution in this second half, bringing all of his experience on court. Austria trying to catch Nathan David, looking the other way, but comfortably blocked.
Yeah, Austria have got to start working quickly for this. A 2-for-1 in that situation, or certainly a 1-for-1.
Simon Jones not hit there. Simon Jones hit there. Disappointed with that hit there, he should have blocked it, but England still with a 2-player advantage. And there's the hit. England take a 5-set lead with just 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the clock.
Too late for Austria to make any sort of comeback. It'll be these sets that they're after now, just to get that mental reset. They'll be heading to the 3rd place playoff tomorrow against Scotland. NI will be playing England in the men's final.
England keeping their record of never losing to Austria intact. Feeling aggrieved in previous tournaments that they didn't get to play them. Definitely making up for lost time and progressing one stage further than they have in the previous Euros, getting through to the final where they'll have that opportunity to play Northern Ireland once again. The last two occasions England played Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland did win, or in medal matches at least.
Yep.
One in the World Cup and one in the Euros just after.
Schmidt hit out this time, and he's not quite recreated the performance he had in 2019. Brett goes for that traditional style tombstone catch that we see. Leaves a sweat patch, but no catch picked up this time around.
Again, England won't mind that. The momentum just being held there of what's left. England just taking the time to think about tactically how they're going to play out this game. What we've not seen from the England men is any sort of control. They've not thought about letting the clock run down like we saw from the Austrian mixed team in the previous game. England are looking to just keep progressing with their pace and trying to dominate and get that score as high as possible. It's working for England this weekend for the men's squad, so they're not going to stop now. And hit there on Max Mates, meaning England take a 28 lead going into the final few games or final few sets.
Yep. So 2 minutes 30 going to be left on the clock by the time this set starts. England just got to keep the calm now. Their final won't be today.
They'll have time to recover now after a tough day. And a catch made from Austria off of the block ball.
A little bit of a confusion on, especially when that block ball is catched, on who actually heads out.
Mark Allen made that throw, unfortunately, just came on.
And what a way to go out. Slightly unlucky. Oh, and that ball is so invalid, and he's called it himself.
He's called it himself. Now he's questioning it because no referee's seen it. What we'd like to see in that situation there is if the player clearly thinks he's gone out, that was his gut reaction. We saw it there. And maybe a little bit of karma with Ryan Neal making that catch. But you can understand in this sort of high adrenaline-filled game that the player doesn't want to walk off court if the referees haven't seen it. But the dodgeball codes and the respect, really, you want to see the players take their outs if they feel they are out.
So a 2-ball attack. Or England certainly have the 2 balls. Now they're going to play that 2-ball attack. And Hoffman is hit as he leaps in the air. The Gazelle doesn't quite get high enough. The Austrians look deflated. They look defeated.
And we're heading into that final set where Austria's progression through to the final is unachievable. England will look to try and finish this game strong. Mark Allen will be hoping for at least 90 seconds, or maximum 90 seconds in this court now, just to give himself just that little bit more game time.
And like you said earlier, these players are going to have to come on every time, because if there's an injury or something, you want that different play style. You need to make sure these players are being played or getting that game time.
Austria losing 2 players early on in that set, with one player going over the central line and then a second one being hit out with a single ball. Ryan Neal is also out for England with a single ball hit in retaliation.
The 2 balls, one by one from Austria, Schmidt and Ranner.
Sam Richards now on the court as well, just absorbing some of that pressure from the Austrian team.
And a good throw there, perfect timing, perfect area, pinpoint accuracy from the England men. And it was the fact we called upon earlier, and it still remains true.
Time has been paused by the referees.
England have never lost against Austria men's.
The referees are spotting a ball that shouldn't have been maybe broken or in poor condition. Good refereeing, we want to see that, making sure the best balls are being used. Mark Allen hit out with a single there. And a good cover by Brittle Craven. getting the hit on the Austrian winger.
Hoffmann and Schmidt now left for the Austrians in this dying 20 seconds of the 1 minute 30 set, and there's some great dodging from the England side. They'll be progressing to the final tomorrow, and they'll be playing NI. They didn't pick up a gold last time, I believe, in 2019, but
And
they are
that's
heading
it.
through to the final.
England celebrate their victory. A dominant performance from the England squad, beating Austria 24-8. That's the second England team through to a final tomorrow after the disappointment in the middle of the mixed. Great performance by the England men there, showing their experience and tactical understanding there. They'll be really happy with their performance. Austria, of course, will be disappointed, but beaten fairly by the better team and the more accurate team in that half.
Yeah, Austria played some good dodgeball, but England obviously played the far smarter dodgeball. They were a lot more accurate. They were a lot smarter with their plays. Now, if you're hanging around, we'll be able to get someone from the England Lions dodgeball team to have a small interview with. They'll be progressing, like we've said, to that final tomorrow on court 1, where they play Northern Ireland men's. As John just grabs anyone, the England men will be delighted with that victory. It's the victory they've been after for too long now. 2019 was very unsuccessful after losing to NI in that semi-final in 2019. Ryan Neal, captain of the England men's team, will be joining us for the interview. Next up on court 1, while we wait for Ryan Neal to just finish up, it will be our final game on court 1, Switzerland versus Spain in that 11th place positional playoff in the mixed division. So as the team huddle in, Ryan Neal just joins us. Yeah, in front of the lovely camera. Ryan, great game there. The men's wanted a bit of retribution for 2019 in Newcastle.
Yeah,
Back hit.
it's one of them where it's like we never had an opportunity to really see Austria in 2019 because Northern Ireland gave such a high level when we played them in the semi. For us as a camp, I think we've got a lot of new stuff and we've really come together on the day. Our group was tough for us. It gave us a good level to get into this game. Switzerland gave us a hell of a match in the quarter as well. So we're just really finding levels now that we've seen in training. So now we're just putting on the court here.
So, as you may have heard, you'll be heading into the final tomorrow to play Northern Ireland. They won their semi-final. Is it payback? What do you need to bring from this game that you played today to obviously make sure that you're winning that game?
It's not necessarily payback because about 6 weeks after 2019 Euros, we went over to Northern Ireland for our home nations fixture and we beat them with 6 players due to injuries and unavailability. But we understand the players, we play with them in GB. We know the standard that they set, they're great lads, you know, they're honest, hard-working, dedicated, and we fucking love that. Apologies for swearing. We're going to give exactly the game back. Hopefully for the final, we're going to just give hell of a game. I wish them all the best. I wish all our lads all the best. I'm sure it's just going to be a great spectacle for everyone watching.
Well, have plenty of rest and we'll see you tomorrow on court 1 for that final. Thank you very much.
Cheers, lads.
Thank you very much. So if you want to hang around for this final game on court 1, it's Switzerland versus Spain in the mixed category. Like we said, hang on to Dodgeball Netherlands and subscribe there if you want to head towards that game, or if you stay right where you are, it should auto play you into that game. But for now, it's a bye from me.
And bye from me.